start us.
Hey, Coach. Just you've been elevated to a co-offensive line coach. When you look at this group, how is it important is it to collaborating amongst Gunnerway, Under the Road, and yourself?
Well, I think the most important thing to always understand is that relationships are what drives production. And the three of us do a really good job of building intimate relationships with all the guys in the room just to make sure that the information is hitting them the right way so they can perform at the highest level.
Coach Jake Schweinstein, we are, obviously Jordan and two of the freshmen coming in from IMG, the time that you spent there, just how would you quantify, the impact of those guys and the impact that would have on recruiting program?
Well, I think the most important thing is when you go to an institution like that to find someone, you're going to them because they have guys that have already been in a system that allows them to show up on a college campus ready to play day one. So from that perspective, I think we've done a pretty good job. I know we'll always continue to look that way. I mean, I think you guys know Coach, he wants to win right now, not right tomorrow. He wants to win now. So anytime you can pick up players like that that's already used to producing on a high school level at that level of play, it's always a good thing. It don't matter.
You were brought into the program for your leadership.
Yeah.
Well, this is a huge transition for this team. I'm talking about specifically the players in the locker room, losing Shakur and Cam, and Shiloh, and Travis. Almost every position room is going to have a different leadership role, right? How do you go about, I guess, as a coaching staff? Do you let that develop organically? Do you intervene a little bit in that? Because there's so much turnover. I imagine that you want to micromanage that maybe just a little bit at the start.
I think the most important thing to understand is that every team every year is going to be a different team. So now with the subtraction of a Shedeur Sanders and a Travis, guys like that you'll never be able to replace. Let's get that straight. But you can put other people in there that have other talents. I think we've done a really good job of doing that. Collectively, we look at it as, listen, last year's team was last year's team. This year's team is this year's team. Let's figure out who are the leaders in those individual roles and then build the teams from there.
From the team perspective, are there any names you've seen that have taken that next step and built that forward?
I think for me it's still a bit too early, but you're always obviously going to go to the Jordan Seatons of the world, looking at the two quarterbacks that we brought in, they're doing a really good job of competing, and then looking down the line, I'll focus on offense, obviously, but, I think this gives us a great opportunity to really find out exactly what our identity is going to be and who our leaders are going to be that lead that identity. How you doing, Jack? We talked before. I thought maybe I'm thinking of a different Jack.
Wanted to ask you about Ash Cleveland, another IMG guy. Just, he came on strong last year as a freshman. Just kind of what are you expecting?
Expecting Cash to be Cash. Cash is one of those guys that really, takes, his trade very seriously, extremely intelligent, wants to get better, really hones into the idea of being a leader, and that's what you look for from your center. And all the teams I played for in my professional career, college career, I've always had a Cash. And I've been fortunate to have a Cash at center, and I'm glad we got one here. Scott.
I'm curious about your kind of first impressions of this guy, Chris, who's played a ton of football at Illinois, I think 30 plus starts. Were you able to tell right away that he's kind of a polished guy who's played a lot of football? That just kind of
his awareness sticks out to me, immediately. I'm just gonna say it, man. I think Zai is a dog. Like I really do. He really enjoys what he's doing. He comes in, he asks all the right questions. For a guy to come from the Big Ten, I think he was actually Big Ten first team for a couple of years. You expect to see that transition over, and we're seeing that every single day.
Two more, go ahead, David.
David, I was talking about the rebuilding your new face.
I'm sorry, you mind starting over? I'm
No
sorry.
problem. Yeah, David, I'm looking at Matt was talking about a lot of changes. A lot of people didn't think that would be here after this time. Do you ever wonder, and now that he is here, and already standing on the roster, why do you think he was so invested in that?
Listen, I've been with Coach for 30 years. You know, we started out as teammates with the Dallas Cowboys. I saw him walk into a locker room full of stars and fit in. You know, I also saw him, 30 years ago established to the team that he was coming on. But listen, I'm a builder. You know, I'm willing to start wherever I need to start. I think he's done a really good job of that. But I think the thing that no one gives Coach credit for is that he's never going to do what everybody expects him to do. If he starts out with the plan, he's going to see that plan through, and then he's going to finish it, and then he's going to make a decision after he finishes that plan, but we're far from being done.
Last one, Brian, go ahead.
Because Brian Elmo, David Cameron, I don't think there's been a group more scrutinized in the line at this school the last couple of years, and there's been some ups and downs. But Jordan was in here a couple days ago talking about a lot of pride they have as a group that's going to be different this year. I'm just curious, like from an offensive line perspective, like, how big a deal is it to have that chip on your shoulder and just that pride? You've got to get through some of those ups and downs.
Listen, I don't think you could play the position at a high level without, a chip. I mean, think about it. Other than Cash, none of us touched the ball the entire football game. And if I'm touching the ball as a guard or a tackle, something went extremely wrong, right? Right? But you do. So you do have to come in, with a certain mindset that, listen, my job is to protect, keep people off of my quarterback, keep people off of my running backs, and help us move the chains. So the only way to do that effectively is to have that kind of chip on the shoulder. And I think a lot of our guys this year do. They're doing it the right way.
Is Jordan one of the guys leading that? It seems like
No question about it. In his second year, he's right where we think he should be as a sophomore. So I'm excited for him.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
Good. Thanks, guys.